Hey guys, just wanted to give you a heads up on this particular audio. This audio was recorded in April of 2023. So before we even found out about anything Trump related, and I did have it on my podcast, so I am uploading it here for you guys to take a listen and see how accurate I was. A lot of you guys will ask me, like, oh, have you been right about this, that, and the other? I'm going to start sharing all those details here. So just wanted to give you a heads up. And also, audio. Landon's mic is very, very loud, and my mic is very, very quiet. So just keep an ear out for that because it can be a little intense, but definitely a lot of good information to share. Okay, and we are officially live. Just waiting for everyone to come on in. Give us a few minutes. Hello, Jackie. It's like you were waiting or something. I set an alarm. Good idea. Angelina, Sage Rosella. I am I am okay, you know. Today, thank you for asking by the way. So the last couple of days, I'm still doing mediumship readings, by the way, just because I'm finishing all of them off. But I've had an overabundance of mediumship last week and this weekend, a little bit next week as well. And I was like kind of second guessing, like, am I doing the right thing, removing these services? And then today, I realized absolutely.
Hello, 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 everybody. Yes, Miss DIY, share, share, share. Hello, Tabitha.
I had such like draining emotionally, mentally, physically experience today with somebody who, by the way, did not end up showing up for her appointment, but there was a lot involved with it. But I was treated extremely poorly, and I was like, "Yep, definitely making the right choice."
Hello, Angela. Angelina, I'm sorry.
But it was like the sign I needed, I guess.
Sometimes the signs that you get come in and they may be in the form of negativity, unfortunately. Like, you know, because you were questioning this for such a long time. You might need to turn it up on the side there. Nope, yep, turn it up. There you go. um because of you're like been saying, should I put it back on, and you've been struggling with that for the last, like, I don't even know, like, week. You keep saying, oh, should I put him back, should I put him back, should I put him back, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, 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 and then this happens and it's like, see, this is why you took them off to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? For me, I was feeling bad because I had so many people coming to the website like, I can't find your mediumship. I can't find your mediumship. That has been the number one thing this week and last week. So I've been like, oh my God, I'm sorry for letting you down. Like, but I have emails, and most of the time they're like, nope. But either way, though, it was a today. But good news is we've got a lot to do what's best for you. I'm definitely working on that, Angelina. I definitely am. I started off doing just the psychic side of things in my career, and then I expanded to mediumship a while ago, and then yeah, I still do the mediumship emails, which is great, but I really want to focus on the podcast. I feel like I was watching of my video from my YouTube channel from doing the Mark. Oh my goodness, not Mark Wahlberg. Why am I? What's the dude's name? The books guy. I can't think of him right now. Anyway, I'm so tired. The Remember when I reached out to his granddaughter and stuff?
Mark Twain.
Twain. There we go. She just wrote it there. Thank you.
Do
Him. And
do I sound sick, Jackie?
the Mark Twain episode was like
oh my God, I was able to see this, and this, and I want to get back to that point of being able to see all of the extra little ins and outs that I'm blocked from seeing because I'm so drained. So, alrighty. So today is a prediction live. We were going to be doing the Fort Worth trio, but I just haven't had the time or the energy. We will definitely get to that at some point, I promise you. But I wanted to do like, a prediction day. I haven't used too intense of subjects in my opinion. There is a subject that's a little touchy, but other than that, I wanted to focus on more, I don't know, mediocre, medium fluffiness, just so that it isn't always so like down in the dumps, sad, depressed.
Absolutely. And no, you're fine, Jackie. I was just asking, like, do I sound sick? Like, I'm not sick, by the way. But there is probably a reason my voice sounds a little raspy. Cause smoking that herb and garlic and cheese.
Live on my birthday.
Oh,
Happy
yay, yay!
birthday.
Happy birthday, Vanessa.
Oh, happy birthday to Vanessa.
Happy
Okay.
birthday to you.
Oh, yes. Yes. Do it up, babe. I love it. Okay. So, now I did want to talk quickly about the two episodes coming out tomorrow. So, one includes Susan Cox Powell, and the other one we're going to be talking about is Timothy Pitson. I want to mention that Susan's episode will, in fact, be a two-part.
Okay, hold up
So,
one second. I actually did notice your name change, PI, but Liz is talking, so I could not even mention it at all yet. She changed her
I,
name to the
oh my God, I
PIDY.
love that. Love that. Garcia. It's great. I hope I get paid in time to get the part paid. Haha, right? Well, don't worry, guys. I have an update on that too. Please remind me before we go tonight. But there is some information I got from Podbean here. Anyways, going back to Susan's episode here. So there will be a two-parter for Susan's episode. We did not cover the children and their death in any capacity because we just simply ran out of time. So just be aware it's going to be placed into the episode of the second part. I'm not sure when we'll be doing that. I have to kind of squeeze it into the calendar. I don't want to wait too long. Susan has a lot to say, and there's a lot of things behind the scenes that happen with the children that have never been talked about. So we'll be covering all of that in part two. So make sure to definitely keep an eye, and we will be letting you guys know probably this weekend, actually, what's coming up for September. But I definitely won't be covering Susan in September, unfortunately.
Uh,
Only November.
or Deanna, we are not in Canada. We are in the U.S. So hello, hello, um, hello, Lisa. Hello, Kimmy. Yeah, right. Those poor kids. Hello, Rachel. No, Ashley, we went into too much right now, so you're good. We're pretty much just getting rolling here. We've just been like talking a little bit, getting adjusted. Liz did mention a couple episodes that are coming up, but you can go back and listen to the live later when it's uploaded for that part.
Absolutely. Oh, big change coming. You know what? I might as well talk about it now. So before I talk about Timothy's episode, okay, so for those of you who have been struggling to sign up as a patron through the little clipboard that we made a video about, me, Landon, Catherine all became pros. We're like, go to the clipboard. Here, this is how you do it. They've taken that feature away. Why have they taken that feature away? Because Podbean is making a huge update. Like they are changing everything. I think they've gone with a completely different place company. I am looking forward to seeing what Podbean is going to be bringing to the table. So keep that in mind. We will be obviously me, Landon, and Miss DIY here. Catherine are going to have to do like a little tutorial on how to go through the new things, but I think it's going to be more user friendly, I hear. Yes. I am very I am hopeful that it's user friendly, Catherine. Oh my god.
I think that
Oh,
Deanna was talking about big change because she thought we were in Canada. She's the one I responded to about being we're not in Canada anymore. But either way, big change coming for Podbean. They say it's supposed to be user friendly. We're excited. We're hoping that it's definitely going to be much better so people can get on the Patreon easier. I feel like that's a big issue why people do not sign up for the Patreon is because they have such a hard time getting to it and figuring it out. So let's all
oh yeah.
wish
Even
for that.
me, like the way they had it set up before, I used to be able to just go click one place to go look at the podcast, the advertisements, the lives, and even the patron all in one. Now I have four categories that are different. So there's already changes happening slowly in the background. Alrighty. So back to this episode. Now the second episode is going to be dropped. Timothy Pitson. Now that episode is going to be on the patron side and it will be available exclusively tomorrow. I guess because of my energy levels this week being extremely low, Amy Pitson was playing a lot of head games with me. And I feel like I was being played like a fiddle based upon my own trauma. I see her manipulation tactics now. Unfortunately, we already recorded the episode, so I'm gonna potentially do a second episode for Timothy as well or a live because there's a few things that I now know that I wasn't able to see very well before that episode was submitted, unfortunately. So we just got to keep that in mind listening to both of these episodes. They're
Um, Ashley, not necessarily like Eileen. Like Eileen, when she first came in, like she had no problems telling the truth. Like, did she want to elaborate on the truth a little bit? Absolutely, but she was like ready to be there. What Liz is talking about is like Amy put like a wall up, like a brick wall right in front, and was like only showing what she wanted, not allowing Liz to see beyond that. So, and because she's so drained, she can't fight that when she's drained like that. But she had to power through and get this episode done so we can get it out to you guys. So that's why we're gonna do an update since she's been able to start getting a little bit more rest lately. She's starting to see. That's how she was able to see that there was a wall there. She's now able to see through the bull crap, and we're gonna go back through.
absolutely so like, but both episodes are pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there are some really interesting parts in both episodes that I'm excited for you guys to dive into. So yes, so make sure to listen to both of them tomorrow evening. All right. Now, I haven't shared exactly what we're going to be talking about today because I don't know, I kind of wanted to give it a little bit of an element of surprise. You guys all did know that I did want to talk about Lizzo and what's going on there. In case you haven't heard, I'm going to go into it a little bit just so you guys have a little bit of a background story. Now, surrounding the Lizzo situation, uh, Lizzo is currently being sued by three of her former dancers who were allegedly sexually harassed, religiously harassed, racially harassed, and also fat shamed. Now, the lawsuit did indicate that they were overly sexual work environments that involved outings where nudity and sexuality were the focal point. The dancer said that Liz paid undue attention to the weight gain of one of the plaintiffs, repeatedly yelling and cursing at the plaintiff, inviting them to attend events as spectators without discussing that there would be nudity. Another statement says that Lizzie, Lizzo asked her why she seemed less bubbly and vivacious and made allegations about her weight gain, not, you know, in so much words. Apparently, she was like alluding to it. And that apparently left an impression on this dancer. and she needed to explain her weight gain and disclosure, and she just felt like it was too personal on her personal life. And, in order to keep her job, apparently she just went along. There are more and more details about this, including a video that was released about one of the plaintiffs, indicating that she really loved working with Lizzo and felt inspired. And I saw that video and I was like, yep, I friggin' knew it. Anyways, I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty here. Now, we are not perfect as human beings by any means. Now, I do feel that Lizzo is someone who is a person who wants to get things done. She's an A-type personality. She wants everyone to follow instructions and do what they need to do because they're getting paid to do it. And from the looks of it, I see these particular individuals were constantly slacking off, joking around, getting paid, but really not doing much work. I see that Lizzo had definitely lashed out at them in the sense of like, you need to be working. And now all three of them got a chip on their shoulder about her. So they started to hone in on every single little comment she would make and twist everything and turn it in every capacity. First and foremost, when it comes to the sexuality, I think she's actually pretty open as to who she is and what she likes to dress like. I do feel like she kept a lot of sorry. I do feel like she did not keep any of this from them. Perhaps they weren't paying attention. I keep seeing like Lizzo and Lizzo's team being like, okay, team, this is what we're going to be doing here, 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 here. We expect you to do this, that, the other. And I feel like these people were just not paying attention, which is where they came up with these elaborate stories. I feel like Lizzo and her team informed all of the dancers of what is expected of them. And again, just constantly slacking off. So that's what I feel like has been happening there, and that in relation to the nudity stuff. Perhaps their, noses were too involved in their phones to pay attention that day. Now, I feel like Lizzo let people slack off, but she was like, you know what? All right, like we need to get to work. Now, I do feel like she does have a bit of a rough demeanor. She wants things done the way she wants them done. And when people don't follow her, she's going to give you the eye roll. She's going to call you out on your nonsense. It's not any other different than any other performer or director or whoever in Hollywood. This is not like something new. This happens even in a job at Tim Hortons. You know what I mean? Anyways, these children are exactly that, children that are crying the boo-hoos because they don't like being scolded by someone for not.
It, you know what it is? It's it's a lot. We were just talking about this today at my meeting at work, and like how hard it is to find employees now because everybody wants to get paid, but nobody wants to come to work. Like they want the money, but they don't want to come to work. And that seems like the same going thing with this lawsuit with these people. Like, they're looking at their phones. Everybody's looking at their phones now. Like even when I'm at work, everybody's got their phone in their hand and just doing that instead of what they should be doing. Like, so that's just, and you're absolutely right, Sarah Lynn. It's gotten worse with COVID. Like everybody, even at my job, nobody wants to come into work anymore. Everybody wants to work remote. Like, and there's not enough remote jobs right now to fulfill everybody who wants to be remote. So it's like there is still jobs that we have to have people go to, unfortunately. And
Now, if this was, let's say, somebody like, oh, I don't know, a man, right? A high authoritative man in the industry talking to a woman about how she's too big, she's too fat, she's too this. No, no, no. I think what Lizzo was talking about was like, oh shit, just be careful, you might not be fitting in your costume later on. Like I don't feel like it's a thing at her body. She's probably like, I can't gain any weight too because I gotta make sure I fit in this outfit too. Like,
it could have been that, or it could have been like whatever the dance move was, or like the routine, like be careful, like, you're supposed to be, like they said, like there's parts where they're going to be almost naked, so like be careful with yourself, like, I don't want you not showing up because you've gained weight and you use that as an excuse and then I'm down a dancer. You know what I mean? Like there's a thousand reasons it could have been, honestly, why she said it, but I don't think she was saying it in like a negative way, like you're a fat ass, like stop eating. Like I don't think it was that.
Right. And here's the other issue, right? So, like, she is a plus size woman walking into a very tiny community. It is hard to be a plus size woman and walk into this industry. I don't give a shit what anyone says. And
Absolutely.
it bothers. And it bothers a lot of people. It bothers people that are about health and nutrition and dieting. And it's like showing, hey, that is not healthy. You should not be going out there. They don't like it. So guess what? They're going to do that. And then these three bozos, which is what I'm going to call them, concocted this beautiful, like, hey, we're going to do this and get our 15 minutes of fame. All right, you do that. But guess what? Lizzo has proof. Lizzo has receipts, and she is not going to be sharing it with anyone right now. But once it unfolds in the lawsuit, it's all going to come to the table, and then these three children will go crying back to their parents. Oh yeah, and gosh, I am. I get labeled as a bitch too. Like I'll be honest. Today I told you guys earlier, I had a situation with a woman, and I could not believe her audacity in the way she spoke to me, and then later recanted and expected me to be like, "No worries, like we're good, we're chill. You don't worry, you can still get a reading." No, no, you screw up with me, I am not reading you. So, and you know what? Call me whatever you want, but I did everything I could to sacrifice and save the situation, but you were too in your feels about it. So it is what it is. Want to call me that way? Whatever. I don't care anymore. I am extremely You're strong, Liz. You know what? I got to be careful on how I say things now because when I am too strong, it's frowned upon. It is. And then I get be labeled things. It's crazy. But anyways, I am extremely disappointed in Beyonce and Jay-Z. Both of them actually.
I'm like
I
so disappointed with them too. Like I think what they're doing to Lizzo is so unfair, like extremely.
Oh, Missy, there's going to be Lizzo's going to be bringing the receipts and she's going to have the proof and she's not going to lose this lawsuit. And these idiots are going to be exactly that. So that's what's going to happen there. And yes, the reason I'm disappointed in Beyonce and Jay Z is because they are cutting her off from their relationship. I get it. I am the same. I understand where Jay Z and Beyonce are coming from. They don't want the the backlash, but unfortunately, sometimes you got to put yourself and your priorities in place. And I feel like they had a good relationship with her, and I feel like they decided to take the bullshit side of the story before she even had gone to court before they walked away from it.
They
So I feel
basically
like they
were
did
like
that on
doing the
purpose.
reverse. Like they were pegging Lizzo as guilty before conviction. Like, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. They already pegged her as guilty before she even got to be proven innocent. It's just like they cut her off. So basically, Miss DIY, they're all on a collab together on a song, and Beyonce is not putting Lizzo's name underneath the credits for the song at all. So there's that. And then and then they were supposed to go on tour or something like that with this song, and now they're no longer doing that with Lizzo either. So that's basically what's been going on there, and then they're just cutting all time.
Now, the government officials are enjoying this because they do not like Lizzo. So just keep that in mind. There are lots of government officials that are enjoying this and also helping spread the hate. In fact, sometimes I think, and I'm not going to mention the gossip site's name because they will rake into the coals of anyone who comes after them. They are bloodsuckers, so just know that. But there is a company that gets paid by the government to make stories much bigger than they are. But I'll leave that there for you to sit on. Anyway, It's all going to unfold in the document. Sorry, it's all going to unfold and the lawsuit's going to be fine. And I also feel like Lizzo's going to do like maybe I don't know, a documentary about what she's gone through, what happened, like just so we can get like to see a softer side of her. But I do feel like she's going to do something, and all these people are going to be eating their words, so she'll be okay. Even if you're not a Lizzo fan, you don't have to be. Just put yourself in her shoes and see how you'd handle it. Every single person in the world that has a job has run into conflict with their boss. I don't care. Even if you don't right now, at some point you did. You're not always going to get along because she has that same, you know, unfortunately these people are just thinking that they're being, treated unfairly, and it's sad, honestly. So they'll get their 15 minutes of fame, and then that'll be that.
I mean, it seems like there's only one person here who's not a Lizzo fan. Everybody else in here seems to be a Lizzo fan, and but the surprising thing is everybody in here is hating on Jay Z and Beyonce. They don't think that they're good people. I wouldn't say they're amazing, but I also wouldn't say that they're the worst in Hollywood. I definitely think Kanye's a little bit more cracked out than them, if you ask me. And there's a couple other people like the Epstein and stuff like that. So there's some crazies, but I don't think they're at the top three of the crazy. Right?
I've honestly, like, I have a very different opinion on Beyonce. Actually, I like Beyonce a lot. I've always been a Beyonce fan. In fact, my one of
I'm
my
not saying
favorite
I'm not a
best. Oh, I'm
Beyonce
not.
fan.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm
I
just
know. I know.
saying, like, I feel like they've gotten into this mode where, like, Beyonce's like a queen bee, and like they're just saying, like, I could imagine that that's what people are saying is like, I imagine they don't treat their employees like crap, but the employees are too scared to come forward, and they're like, I don't find them good people. They don't really do a whole lot, they don't give back to their community in any way. Like, you don't hear about them doing much. Jay-Z's done a few things, but not too much. He's helped rappers out, but like no, like, giving back to the poor, giving back to his community type of thing.
Not like Taylor Swift.
Definitely not like Taylor Swift. I think more people should be like her.
Alrighty. Okay. So moving on from Lizzo, we're gonna move on to this topic now. Before I talk about this is a non-political approach, alrighty? So just be aware. I'm going to be non-biased, but I'm also going to express my own feeling on the matter as well, okay? So the next topic of conversation, I want to talk about Donald Trump. I know, uh, technically, this is, wavering on the political side, but we're not going to talk about the politics. So I just want to talk about what's happening with their case. Now, there is a lot of Trump fans out there, so I'm not going to tell you guys this because I want you to feel one way or another about him. I just want to give you an update on what's going to happen. So, Trump is definitely right about one thing, I will say. They are trying to get all of these charges implemented before the election as they do not want to even have the opportunity to have him run. So, they're gathering up everything they possibly can over the last couple of years and obviously coming at him. But we got to make sure they got to make sure basically that he doesn't get in office again. So that's kind of where that is. Now, I think he has 4 indictments currently against him. I feel like there may be a couple other charges, but I'm sensing that these other charges will come out later, and I feel like there is a connection to Epstein's Island, and I've always have, but we will talk about that more in depth once I do the Epstein Island episode, and I've been very nervous about doing. Um, but I'm going to go forward anyways. Now, I am not a Trump fan. I do not feel like he will receive. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm not a Trump fan, and I do feel like he will receive a charge and a sentence. And I do feel like he may be spending some time in jail. In a big way, probably not. Same as the other celebrities receive. You know what I mean? Like, he'll get some time, but not much. I feel like it'll be reduced somehow. Maybe the charges will definitely stick, which I think that's what they're aiming for. They just want the charges, they don't care too much about the sentencing, other than him having a criminal record. Now, with that being said, I have some extreme concern that there is going to be some sort of riot. I'm already sensing it in the works. I'm sensing that people are getting ready to prepare when he doesn't get charged when he does get charged guilty. I'm going to say that he'll receive maybe 3 counts. And I'm seeing that this riot is going to get really out of order. I feel like a lot of people are going to be lashing out. They may go back to the Capitol again, but the Capitol will be prepared this time. They may even go to the courthouse. I see them starting riots just random places, and I see they're going to lose their shit. So, if you are a Trump supporter and plan to be involved in this, I would stay away because I see a lot of charges being laid on people and trying to prevent this from happening because it's going to be wild. And I keep seeing his son, perhaps the oldest one, the Donald Trump Jr., I believe. I don't know his name. I
Yep,
don't
that's his
follow
name,
him.
Donald Trump Jr.
Thank you. I'm sensing that he is somehow going to be the one, like, not that he's going to be running it, but because I really believe that the tweets that Trump had put out there is kind of like a big reason why a lot of the riots took place, like even if he's in total denial about it, but that's kind of my own personal view on it. But I am sensing that the he's when he gets jail time, he is going to be communicating with somebody. Maybe it's his lawyer, his kids, I'm not sure. But somebody's going to be like tweeting on his behalf as well. So I don't know. They may end up cutting him off again or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going to happen. I think something's going to happen with his social media again. So, yes. I know it's a lot to handle, but that's kind of what I'm feeling on the Trump side of things. I'm a Trump fan, but I will not be joining the riots. Thank God, Sarah, because I'm very concerned about people's safety more than anything else. That's what I'm afraid of. I also feel like riots get you nowhere. I understand like peaceful protests and things like that, but I totally get it. Like I understand and the riots definitely don't get us anywhere at all. I'm not that invested in him or any politicians. Me either. The politician game is quite frightening these days, to be honest. I don't care. Like, to me, as long as my phone is literally turned off and it will not turn back on. What the hell? Uh,
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean,
um,
I don't get heavily involved in politics either.
my the only issue that I have with politics is when human rights are being taken away.
Absolutely,
That's
me too.
my biggest issue. That's the only thing I get involved in. Everything else I could give two shits less about.
I agree, Ashley. Riots for the right reason, like when your rights are getting taken away, like my community's rights, that's very scary. And that's why I just cannot support this guy. He is trying to take away my rights. So I don't like that guy, and I don't like anybody who would. So it wouldn't matter who it was, I wouldn't like them because that's infringing on my life.
Too many people want to stop talking to you because of political views. It does happen a lot actually. It's a tough one. Even some of Landon's in my family are also on the opposite side, and somehow we manage to coexist. So there's a way to handle things, and there's a way not to handle things, and that's just how I've always been and feel.
I would. You know what? I don't think you could pay me enough. A president only makes $100,000. That is not enough for me to run a whole country, fight off terror attacks, infringe laws on people that I don't want to have to do, or if I want to do it, I don't want
Have
to do
half
that.
of a
No,
country
no.
hating you.
Right, the half the country hating me and trying to put a hit out on me 24/7. Like,
No, I'll pass. Alrighty, that's it on the Trump side of things. Now, Landon and I also wanted to talk about aliens and alien stuff. Now, I do believe that aliens exist. I do. But I don't believe, Landon believes that they live amongst us to a degree. I don't believe that they live amongst us. I feel like they are distinctively different from us. And he thinks that they can like mold themselves to kind of look like us.
let me correct you there. I think that there is many different types. I do not think that there's one just like us. There's many. There's not just one race. I don't think there's one race of aliens. I think there's multiple, like different planets have different looking and different abilities or whatever, just different aesthetics and stuff like that. Um, but I do think that there is some out there that have some sort of something like some sort of suit or disguise or something where they kind of are like meshing in with us, but not like completely, but they're meshing in, and then like when they go back to their homes, then they're letting their true selves out. That's more or less what I.
I believe aliens are here and living amongst us. Oh my gosh. I can't get myself on board with you. I don't know why. I just can't. For me, I'm like, I don't know. I guess it freaks me out in a way because if that's true, aliens are so much more advanced than we are. That means that they're like, I don't know, cheating in a way. Like they're they're living life. They're living life and they probably have like mansions and millions of dollars, like, oh my goodness. But anyways, what I believe in when it comes to the Salem, stop it, the alien side of things, is I kind of feel like they look like Avatar. You know the movie Avatar? Well, it's kind of like half human and like half animalistic looking, and they're soft and I don't know, I see them being really cool colors like blues and like chrome and like I don't know, I see them oh my goodness, there's a gemstone that I think that they look a lot like. I'll get back to you later on that one. I, and I feel like they are so above and beyond intelligent and in the sense of like psychic things. They can see things. Their abilities are way beyond my abilities, way, way beyond. And I want them to like, I don't know, prove to all my haters, I guess, that psychic abilities do exist and like, this is real and kind of prove to the world that's what I want aliens to do. And I think one day they will. I keep seeing that something will take place, like they'll be here. They'll get some sort of like welcome. Like not like they're coming on and hanging out and being like, "Hey, can we visit?" Now it's going to be like, "Hey guys, come on in. We're going to set you up in a suite over here, and then we're probably going to put you on television because that's what everyone does." And the aliens are going to be in, of course, you guessed it, the USA, because why would they go anywhere else? And like I feel like all of these things are going to happen, but I think we still have time before it will happen. I'd say we're going to be in the 30s. I'd say before that type of thing happens. But I do feel like there will be alien encounters a little bit more often. I think that not this next politician, but the politician after this one, there's going to be like, okay, it's going to be part of like the one of the things that the people want from them. We want you to get an alien interview, and then the president is going to be like, "Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's do an alien interview." So I think something like that will happen too. So there will be cool things that happen. I'm also seeing a bunch of different planets that are going to be introduced to us by these aliens. They're going to have totally different names for things, including Earth. And I feel like we're going to sort of like conjoin each other's lives. And then there's going to be um, the Titan Part 2, I guess we'll call it. We're going to have some people who are extremely rich that want to go, guessed it, to another planet. And these aliens are going to tell them, like, that's great and all that that's what you want to do, but you're probably not going to survive. And then I feel like there's going to be something around that happening too. So it should be interesting. Oh, Landon has something to say, and he's like so excited to talk, but he's putting a pizza in at the same time.
Elon Musk is trying to build a spaceship, and him and like a few other people are trying to get in on this to build a spaceship because they want to go explore. So you're absolutely bang on with that. They're already in the
I
process
do
of
not mind Elon Musk going up there.
you and a lot of people. Let's just
Uh,
hope they take some of the kitty diddlers with them.
Oh my God, can we? Can we send them then? Because I'm seeing that like they will like diminish if they're not wearing this like specific coat, but like the aliens don't think the coat's gonna work because they're not aliens. I don't know. There's gonna be something that happens, but we're gonna be like, a little older when that happens. We're gonna be watching from our, I don't know, our TV that isn't really gonna be a TV anymore. And like our gosh, we're gonna get to a flying cars point eventually too, but there is gonna be like no gas cars on the earth eventually. They're gonna be banning those. So if you guys buy new cars here that take gas, in about 10 years I'm sensing that that's also going to be something that is discontinued eventually. I love hearing this is not near right. It is. It's not close. There's going to be little encounters. Like me and Landon the other day, we saw some weird shit in the sky. I've never seen weird shit in the sky. So for me, that was like, wow, there's some aliens passing by. Sure, I feel like we're gonna have a lot more of those moments, and they're gonna have a few people that catch things on camera, but there's also gonna be a lot of hoaxes as well. So like we have to pinpoint what's real and what's not real, and that's going to be tough. But there's like a video that somebody tagged on TikTok, not TikTok, sorry. Well, it was on TikTok, but they put it in our freaked out group. I do not believe that that is a real alien at all. I do not feel like aliens are walking around in t-shirts and their alien-esque clothing. I don't think aliens look like that at all. Will driveless cars ever actually be a thing? They will be. They will definitely be a thing. I see it happening. It's happening more and more as we speak already. Things like that are happening, which is good because it takes away the accident rate. I feel like it will once they work out the kinks, right? We gotta think. Anyone who play Pokemon Go, there's a lot of kinks, right? So there's probably a lot of bullshit first before we get to the proper thing. But I think it'll prevent a lot of accidents. A lot. Yeah, we've got some really cool things happening in the next 40 years, I'd say, and I'm excited to be around for all of them. And gosh, I did want to quickly talk about this housing market, the world in general. Like everyone, like the finance is getting completely out of control. Like that is crazy, but we got to hang on just a little while longer. I know that inflation's probably not going to change. Like this is the prices of things moving forward. They're just going to casually have that happen. But I do see the world fighting back a lot more against bullshit. And I see things changing with the housing markets, with the prices of mortgages, with the prices of even rent. There's going to be caps placed upon because literally the richer are getting richer and the poorer are getting poorer, basically. It definitely is nuts. It really is. But yeah, so that is basically everything that I wanted to talk about today. Now, did you guys have any questions about those three topics we covered today? I want to buy a house. I don't know what Skinwalker Ranch is. Do you, babe?
I keep hearing about it, but I am not 100% sure on what it is. I haven't really had time to look into any of that yet.
Well, if we ever find out what Skinwalker Ranch really is and do some of our own investigating on it, then we will definitely let you guys know. You should go. Oh my God, do you hear the word Skinwalker Ranch? That's a very Jeepers Creepers of you.
I'm sorry I wasn't on mute. I was going to say something and then I did not.
Oh,
Oh, I was just taking a hit off my vape. Sorry.
but yeah, that is basically it today. Well, you're jealous. Aw, it's all good. Not on the topics you cover, but as the future would love to understand what you see around AI. That's a good topic to cover. I do not have a lot of detail on the AI side of things, so I would have to educate myself a lot in
It
it.
is beyond, like, I was watching something earlier. What was it? Yesterday? I think. And there's like this robot, and like he's like got this English accent, and he's like, "My name's Robert, and I'm here to do anything." He'll like smile and all. It's fucking crazy. Like the advancements in AI and computer technology is in.
Right. And like, here we were super excited when Bill Gates came out with the software there. And look at what's happened.
Right, like think back to when computers first came out, and then now it's like now we can make freaking robots that can do anything you want and whatever. Like even when I worked for Amazon and I was working up on the robotics floor, like that was so I was like blown away. Like watching these robots pick up these packages and walk over to the line and put them down, and other robots that have packages on their back and they just like go to their section, and like they can determine when another robot's coming in front of them or behind them, and like they stop, turn, move. Like it's insane.
You know what? I also got really creeped by Bill Gates as well, Ashley. God, I don't want to say this, but he gives me underage vibes.
They
They make the
definitely, I love the Jetsons. They definitely made them look cooler, but we'll probably get there one day. I'm like these robots that they have now, like that I seen that are, they're like $3 million to buy one right now. The Robert, like he literally looks like a human everything, human facial expressions. Like he like goes off of human like our words and everything, and will determine like a speech pattern that he should be having. It's insane like how far.
I don't think I don't think I have Bill Gates on the list. I don't plan to cover Bill Gates, thankfully. Uh, Epstein Island, yeah, no, she was just saying like he's got like that kind of vibe, underage vibes. But I wouldn't waste my time. No, I wouldn't want to. Like, there are some seriously creepy spirits. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. You guys had seen, if you did see it, on TikTok and on the Facebook group, I had posted the video I had done for the guy named Jimmy. Now, I did not like Jimmy at all, actually. He was pretty creepy. He made inappropriate comments. um, he was very abusive. And so when he bothered me a few days ago, I was like, no, 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 no. And then I put my feelings aside for him, and then I thought about his little kid. because the one thing I could say about this dude was that he was actually like a decent father that would like play with his kids. Was he everything else too? Absolutely. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to punish the kids. So that's why I went forward to make the video yesterday. But I definitely don't think I could go as far as doing something like with Bill Gates. But I do push my limits
We will
sometimes.
probably cover that when we do the Epstein. We'll probably cover, or at least, I don't know how many episodes. It's going to probably take at least 2, 3 episodes for Epstein, but we will probably talk about everything in relation to Epstein, all the claims against him, and all that jazz like that. And I agree, Missy, absolutely. Most Hollywood elites definitely just have that creepy vibe. Like I said, these people probably, a lot of Hollywood, and some aren't. Some were creepy before, and they're creepy when they are. But a lot of them, they let this fame get to them, and they just think that the world owes them. So people should want to do whatever it is they want to do for them because they are like owed it in some way. Like that. That's why I think they go down these like.
And Steph's absolutely, we're definitely doing it like Miss DIY said. I'm super excited because Landon and I just have to get a few pieces of equipment and we are going to be starting. We have so many plans. Like the two of us have been brainstorming on all the things we plan to
I
do.
think we're
So
gonna go
I'm
with
going to
that original one that you said the other day. So we're gonna start out small for right. Well, I'm going to try to push Liz to do this when we have a little bit more time. But she came up with this great idea when we were out Pokemon hunting. Um, we're going to try to do golf cart ghostings. So when we're out and about, if we happen to see a spirit or something, we're going to stop and do a little thing with it, like a little interview type of thing with the ghost and whatnot. And Liz will tell what they're trying to say and see what we can do there. But we're going to call it golf cart ghostings.
Yes, we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing so kind of what we do on the podcast episodes too. We are going to be doing like, but it'll be me this time on camera. Landon will be off camera while we'll hear his voice in the background, and then we'll be doing like updates on cases we've done before. And then my favorite is the live action. So we're going to be going in. So we've got a case that we're trying to get in touch with some people about so we can have like access to go near sorry to go in the home. If we can't, that's fine. We're going to go near it one way or another, and I'm
Yes,
going to see what
she
I can do
came
with
in
that.
on a live. If anybody knows her, we've been trying to reach out in our group. I'm not sure if she's in our freaked out group. I believe she came in on a TikTok live. She asked about her grandparents' death, and we just so happened to have that on the list, and that was one of the next ones we were going to do. And we're not too far away from the place that we can't drive and get up and go there. So we wanted to see if maybe we could have access. If we could have access, we can plan to get out there and try to see what happened. So if anybody knows the Swan, what is it? The
It's
Swan murders or
the
something?
Swans. Oh my goodness, I cannot remember their name right now, but yes, the Swans.
Right, but it's called like the Swan murders. She asked about it in one of our lives. So if anybody knows her that asked, please contact with her. Right? The golf cart ghosting thing I think is going to be dope as hell. And Miss DIY, yes, you got your passport. So now you need to come down and be on an episode with us. It would be so awesome. There's another idea that I had come up with that I was talking to Liz about, and I think we might go in that direction too. But when we work out some of the kinks, we will drop that surprise then.
Absolutely. We've got lots. So I'm looking forward to the YouTube channel. We're still going to continue to do the podcast as well because we had no idea. It's so crazy. Last week, when we were not able to drop Susan Powell's episode, it's devastated me. which is another reason we're recording as of next month for the YouTube channel, because I don't want to ever get to a point where we don't have content. So that's why we're doing it so much in advance, so that we are prepared for January. I think we're going to do it on the 21st, the same as we did the podcast. So it's exactly our 2-year anniversary on the podcast is when we're going to be starting this. This YouTube channel, we're going to drop little like previews and little things for you guys to see during the everything starting. So
Hey, if anybody wants to like smoke during the live, like we're always smoking during the live, you're totally fine. It would just be you just smoking and whatever talking. But we all have to plan that. Yes, yes, yes. We have lots of surprises. Lots of
um
surprises.
and then the other thing I want to mention is we're going to be doing
There
so
we go. David
follow.
and Mina Swan.
Thank you. We're going to also be going on Twitch live as well. So in we won't start the Twitch live until we've let go of the episode, but we will be going in future episodes to places, and whilst we're recording, we're also going to go live on Twitch, and you guys can like get involved in it there as well. So cuz it's like a chat, we're excited. We've got lots to plan. So yay! Twitch is a streaming service. It's like mostly for gaming. A lot of people go there to like game this, game that, but they also do it for like platforms for other things like what we're going to do. And you can basically go there and talk. It's kind of like TikTok, but it's my own platform. So don't have to worry about the nonsense. If people don't want to be there, they don't have to be. Right? So, Alyssa, I am still technically doing readings. I am doing I've just removed the mediumship video calls, but I am still doing psychic video calls and email readings and text readings. At some point, if this YouTube channel takes off in a big way, I probably will cut out the psychic video calls. But right now, you're safe. I would give you guys like at least a month or two in advance before I told you I was stopping that. But for the time being, everything's good there. But yes, like exactly on YouTube Live, but a different platform. You got it. All right, guys. Well, I'm here. I gotta get an email reading soon, definitely. Landon is just informed me that the pizza is delicious. By the way, we've cooked it in our air fryer, so we're gonna go eat dinner. But we will be back tomorrow night with both episodes. Can't wait to share them, and we'll be back in 2 weeks again. I don't know if we're gonna be covering Fort Worth yet. Geez, I don't know. Lots of things can change, but we'll try.